Something that will serve you endlessly in your relationships with other people is to stop thinking of it as anything other than any other goal, any other behavior, any other relationship, any other anything in your life. People overcomplicate it because they default to, well, people need to change and then I'll feel better and then my patterns in relationships will be different. And that's a wonky, upside down, completely different way of looking at things than we do looking at anything else. If we're growth minded and serious about change. If we're growth minded and serious about change and we look at money and we go, I want my reality to be different with money. We don't go, money needs to go to therapy and stop being an avoidant. It needs to start valuing me more. It better start communicating with me and spending more time with me, and then my relationship with money will change. And then my reality with money will change. Then I'll have lots and lots of pretty money. Then I'll feel good about money. Then I'll feel safe about money. We don't do that. We go, okay, if I want my reality with money to change, straight to the point, I guess I better take accountability for how I'm relating to money and who I'm being with money. And if we're aware of how our internal wiring and our nervous system patterns and our trauma and all of that relate to money and what's playing out with money, then we start doing the work internally, and boom, bang, on and so on and so forth, and you keep showing up and you be differently with money, and therefore your relationship with money changes. Now, I completely and totally understand the pushback with this is the urge to go, oh, but other people need to take accountability for their behavior. Sure, everybody needs to take accountability for their behavior, but the only one you have control over is you. You can't control whether your person goes to therapy or not. You can't control whether your person or anybody else in your life takes accountability for their behavior. You can't control how they react to you, how they respond to you, how they treat you. You can't control that. The only thing you can truly control is what you allow yourself to be available for. What you can control are the internal patterns that are leaving you vulnerable to possibly toxic or dysfunctional or even abusive relationship dynamics. The only thing you can do is take accountability for yourself. It will truly change your life. If you start defaulting to my part, what can I take accountability for? What am I tolerating? What are my standards? What are my internal patterns that are leaving me vulnerable to these types of relationship patterns? Who am I being in these relationships? How am I showing up? How am I speaking? How am I hearing or not hearing what my person is communicating to me? What red flags am I not seeing? What trauma do I have unresolved? What am I not dealing with? Where am I centering relationships and centering these people and offloading the responsibility of how I feel and how I feel about myself to other people? Where am I not setting goals and living my life? Where am I not growing in my life? If we stop defaulting to they need to change and we start defaulting to, if I want my relationship patterns to change, I guess I better do something about that, your relationships will fucking change.